If two people apply for the same job, and only one gets called back, do you think a human decided that? If two creators upload the same quality content, but only one goes viral, do you think that was luck? If two students give similar answers, but only one gets flagged, filtered, or rejected, do you think that was fair? Here's the uncomfortable truth. In most parts of your life today, you are not competing against people anymore. You are being filtered by machines. And you never get to see the rules. This video isn't about the future. This is about right now. Because AI already decides who gets seen, who gets ignored, and who never even gets a chance. And the scariest part? You usually don't even know it happened. Somewhere between you clicking apply, submit, or upload, an invisible system looks at you and makes a silent decision. Not based on who you are as a person, but based on patterns, scores, predictions, probabilities. You don't fail anymore. You get filtered out. And no one tells you why. Let's start with hiring. Most companies today don't read resumes first. AI does. Your resume is scanned, scored, and ranked before a human ever sees your name. If the system doesn't like your wording, your gaps, your background, your keywords, you're rejected automatically. No interview. No explanation. No feedback. Just silence. And here's what most people don't realize. The AI isn't asking, is this person talented? It's asking, does this person look like someone who succeeded before? That means if people like you didn't succeed in the past, you start behind. Not because you're worse, but because the data says so. AI doesn't see potential. It sees patterns. And patterns punish outliers. Now think about education. Admissions. Scholarships. Online exams. Plagiarism checks. Proctoring software. AI watches how long you look at the screen. How fast you type. Where your eyes move. How often you pause. Too many pauses? Suspicious. Too confident? Suspicious. Too nervous? Suspicious. You're no longer judged only by answers. You're judged by behavior. And behavior can be misread. One false flag. One anomaly. One wrong signal. And your future quietly closes a door. Now let's talk about creators. YouTube. Instagram. TikTok. People love to say, just make good content. But the truth is harsher. Your content doesn't compete in public. It competes in private. Against an algorithm that decides who gets distribution and who stays invisible. Two creators can upload the same quality video. One gets pushed. The other disappears. Not because of effort. Not because of skill. But because the system predicted who was worth showing. AI decides who gets momentum. And momentum decides everything. Now zoom out. Credit scores. Loan approvals. Insurance pricing. Background checks. Dating apps. Recommendation systems. AI doesn't just decide what you see. It decides how the world responds to you. Who trusts you? Who avoids you? Who considers you safe, risky, valuable, or disposable? And here's the part nobody likes to admit. Once AI labels you, that label follows you. Quietly. Across systems. Across platforms. Across decisions. You don't get told your score. You don't get told your risk level. You just feel doors closing. And you blame yourself. This is why so many people today feel stuck. They're working harder than ever but moving nowhere. Because effort doesn't beat filters. You don't fight the system directly. You pass through it. Or you don't. And if you don't, there's no appeal process. No human to explain yourself to. No one to convince. Now let's talk about the real danger. AI doesn't need to hate you to disadvantage you. It doesn't need intent. It doesn't need bias in the human sense. All it needs is data. And data reflects the past. Which means AI quietly preserves inequality while pretending to be objective. If certain groups were underrepresented before, they stay underrepresented. If certain paths were favored before, they remain favored. The system doesn't ask, what should be fair? It asks, what worked before? And that's how progress freezes. Now imagine growing up in a world like this. A world where you're constantly judged by invisible systems you can't see or question. Where success feels random. Where failure feels unexplained. Where rejection has no face. What happens to motivation? What happens to ambition? What happens to people who never even get a shot? They don't rebel. They disengage. They numb out. They stop trying. Because you can't fight something you can't see. And this is where the real shift begins. Society splits into two groups. Those who understand how the systems work and shape themselves to fit them. And those who don't. Not smarter people. Not better people. Just people who learned how to be readable by machines. Because in the AI era, being human isn't enough. You have to be legible. Predictable. Optimized. Safe. And if you're too different, too creative, too unconventional, the system doesn't know what to do with you. So it ignores you. Now here's the question nobody wants to ask. If AI decides who gets ahead? Who decides the AI? Who writes the rules? Who chooses the data? Who benefits from the predictions? Because power doesn't disappear. It just becomes invisible. And invisible power is the hardest to challenge. This isn't a conspiracy. It's infrastructure. And once infrastructure is in place, it's very hard to undo. The future won't feel like oppression. It will feel like silence. No rejection letters. No explanations. Just fewer opportunities showing up for you. And more opportunities showing up for others. So let's end with the real question. If success is filtered before you even arrive, what does merit mean anymore? And if AI decides who gets ahead, what happens to everyone else? Subscribe to AfterHuman. Because the future won't announce itself. It will quietly decide. And by the time you notice, the decision may already be made.